Welcome to Sabah Law. I'm an advocate practicing in Sabah, and today I'm going to talk about probate administration in Sabah. It's important because our probate administration structure is slightly different to West Malaysia and Sarawak, based on very old laws that we have inherited from the British. I can't tell you my name because there's no personal advertisement. Again, these rules that have been handed down to us by our former colonist masters. Best way for you to find out whether somebody is working as an advocate in Sabah is to ask the High Court. Probate administration in Sabah, the ordinance itself is very hard to get. I found this copy which is at the High Court of Sanakan Library. I presume it's the last copy because I can't find any other copies. And it was printed by the Singapore government printers at the time, because at the time Sabah still is under the British colonists. Now, designing your will. 1 or 2 executors. I think it's better to have 2, because 2 things better than 1. Now, trustees, normally this found most of the time people would be appointed as executor and trustees. Important thing about trustees is that both of them have to agree to do something. So if they don't, then it's not applicable or void. The case law is Australian case law, Bit and Coastal, a Victorian case. But you can find similar applications in our sections 166 or 188 or 90. Only applicable after the grant. 166 will tell you that after the grant of probate has been made, you can apply to the court by notice of application. I know it says summons there, but it has been changed. And you can ask the court for directions for any questions you have. Anyone can apply. Section 90 is not is only there to help you as well. It doesn't say who can apply. Now, as far as executors is concerned, if you're thinking about becoming an executor, you should look at your duties here, which is quite a bit. And one of the point about being an executor is that you will be looking after the estate. As trustees, you can look at Trustee Act, which is applicable to the whole of Malaysia. I only pointed out section 32 because section 32 requires you, the trustee, to make notices to the world once you decide to distribute any part of the properties. Okay, let's go on. And you also have a fiduciary duty to do, give accounts and information, and that is provided in another case law, Smith and Rosewood. In this case law, what it says is the importance of this duty. If you look at their lordship's decision here, it follows the Australian case Hartigan Nominees, and it says that it is the extent of that duty that is in issue. So you have to provide information. Obviously, if you're not working or you have not appointed as a trustee, then you don't have to. Now, this clause is important, replacement clause. If you know that, just put it in case one of the executor or trustee is refusing to do his job. This applies to most circumstances. If someone decided that they want to resign, you can't force them to stay on. Now, looking at this administration bond. Even though you have a will, the court may ask you to provide a bond and 2 sureties. For letter administration, those without a will, it's a must, but for those with a will, it's probable. So it is help if you put this clause in. You will tell the court that you do not require those things if the court says it's okay, unless it's directed by the court. You can put this in your will. Now, to make sure that the executor and trustees follow the will, you will need to put in negative clauses, which means that you prevent them from doing something. You have to make it very explicit. For example, in 129, this is for minors. If you're going to distribute inheritance to minors, you have to make sure that you follow section 129. The other thing is that if you think your will is going to be challenged, then it's better to make a video. A common question most people ask is that whether you can distribute before probate. Answer is yes, you can, but you have to inform the court while you petition for probate. Otherwise, the court cannot validate things that they do not know. Now, why do people distribute before probate? Well, that's because the probate lawyer actually charges you according to how much you receive in the estate. This is only an example here. The cost is about 250,000. You have almost 14,000 or 15,000 ringgit. Just for example. I'll show you the actual part from 9 schedule to give you an idea of the other costs that you have to look at. It's coming up. If you look at the bigger amount, I mean, nobody has 10,000 nowadays, but if they do, then look, 2.5%, 2.5% for 500,000 to 750,000. That is common nowadays. Anything exceeding 1 million is cannot be less than 20,000. And how can you avoid this? Most people, what they will do now is that they put the money, if you have cash, into a joint account with survival clauses. That is permissible because Section 3 of the Probate Probate and Administration Ordinance says that those properties and cash can only go in provided they are not passed by survivorship to another person. So once you die, a survival clause ensures that the money goes to those who are in the account. For properties, you can also do something else like transfer and a call to buy back the property. This discussion is only for probate, not letter administration, which is different. It's a bit more troublesome, but that's why it's better to write a will and be careful of all the issues. Thank you.